Hello, hello, everybody. I'm just waiting until I see myself on YouTube. Hello, and welcome along to another quantum psychic Akashic readings, clearings, and healings. And I'm delighted to be here with the incredible Viviane Heller here in the chat. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming along, for all your love and support. And I hope you're doing well. Please do put in your requests into the live chat in caps, stating whether you want a healing, clearing, reading for this past life, present, future, whatever it is that you're asking for, let us know. They'll be picked randomly by Viviane. And also, when your name is called, please do say hello and share any other detail and perhaps remind us what it is you're looking for, especially as we get further through today's chat. And I'm excited to share a couple of updates. So it's a busy weekend coming up. We have an open day at the Naked Revive Wellbeing Center near where I live. So I'll be there most of the day doing taster sessions for people and also meeting and greeting you all if you live in the area. So please do come along. I think it starts at 10 and finishes at 4 p.m. And you'll probably see me posting some photos as well if you're not in the area. So excited for that. Get me out of my comfortable studio and out into the real world more. And on Sunday, we have sold out for our, woohoo, we sold out for our Halloween special, which is really inspired by this live show. So it's the almost exactly the same format, but in person for 12 people. So excited for that with the amazing Natasha Rocha. And we've also just scheduled the next follow-up for that. So the next one will be on the 17th of November. It's available. Tickets are available. We sold out and more people wanted to buy them. So I wanted to create the next session really fast. Also, more importantly than all of this, many of you have been saying that you struggle with past life healings. And I've been looking into different ways that I can reach more of you than just me doing one-to-one sessions. And I love doing the one-to-one sessions. And if you want to, please book me. And I'm always delighted to take more bookings and to work with you one-to-one. And there's always such magic working one-to-one. But in addition to that, and depending on what your needs are, the new hidden witch wound past life guided healing meditation has just been released. So that's you'll see it on the community page. It's also on my website under the Spirit Guide Meditations tab. And really the whole purpose of doing it, and I just wanted to share that the journey itself, when I did it this morning, I recorded it this morning, and it's an hour-long session. And it was really magical because as I created it, I saw you guys there. and I love that about this work is that because this is quantum work, whenever someone connects in and engages with that meditation, whether you're in the past or in the future, wherever your present moment is, then you're seen. And it's just really beautiful. It's a very private experience. Like you can go through that meditation as often as you like, and you can keep going back and either trying to heal the same witch wound if you've had a past life trauma, or you can go back and just move on to the next one. And the latter has been more for what I've experienced. What are witch wounds? And some of you, feel free to request in today's live stream if you feel you have a witch wound. So if I and I'll bring up my webpage as I'm chatting to remind me of all the things I could think of that relate to witch wounds. I did do a walking video on this today just to explain a bit further, but in essence, a witch wound is this term I use, and you hear others use it, but this is what I mean by a witch wound, and that is something that affects you from a previous life where you've been a witch or an oracle or a druid or a sage or a healer or really anyone that stands out from the norm, and that in the pursuit of either your practice, your discipline, your religion, your spirituality, or whether it's been something that someone's done to you or something that you've done to others, has created this trauma, and the trauma is still unresolved into this present lifetime. And it happens a lot, right? We see it in our live streams as well, that when we look back at our past lives, our soul still wants completion. Our soul always wants us to go back and to focus on those traumatic experiences and bringing some sort of degree of healing and closure. And this brings soul growth. So common, but then this isn't an exclusive list, right? But some of the common patterns I see in these sessions are, first of all, where witches have been hung or drowned or burned, tortured, or that's happened to their loved ones or the colleagues that they work with. Lots of different ways. Often the throat and the throat chakra is attacked. I just hear my ears ringing now. And that's to often to stop us speaking our truth and even using our magic, right? And then also the aspects of our heart, the trauma, the baggage that we hold, that we carry with us through these lifetimes until we really gain enough courage to come back to this, into this lifetime, and to celebrate you coming back in this lifetime to help heal that trauma. And then also the solar plexus is really common as well. And this area of us where we have our self-love and our abundance and trust. And there's so much that goes on in the solar plexus that is often a source of our wounding. So I don't need to sell to you the challenges that we all have with witch wounds, but I feel it's really powerful to call it that, and for us to acknowledge and to celebrate all of the versions of us and all of the dear souls that have suffered in the past, including not too distant history, especially where I live here in Scotland. And what's really exciting is that we're back, right? We came back in this lifetime to survive this and to heal this and to release it and to celebrate all of our ancestors and all of what they've gone through. So if you're interested, yeah, feel free to check out my website, members of my YouTube channel, and also members of my highest self membership group on my website get a discount. And I still think it's a fantastic price for what you get. And I'd love to hear from you, your experiences. So, and if you have requests for some of my other services in this format, if you enjoy it, please do let me know, and I look forward to your feedback on it. Okay. Lots of your requests coming in, so thank you. And I see some witch wound requests as well, so it's exciting to see these. And if you didn't see it, I was on Mary Colozo's show last night. Thank you to Viviani for running that as well in the background. That was a real honor, and yeah, looking forward to today's live stream. Okay. So we're going to begin by setting up a safe space. And to do so, we will begin by taking in 3 deep breaths. So breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out what no longer serves our highest good, nice and loud. Breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any low vibration energy or emotion, nice and loud. Breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any fear, shame, anxiety, or pain at this time, nice and loud. And as we focus our consciousness on the very center of our hearts, where lies our golden divine spark, from this golden spark in the center of our hearts, extend a light cord up through the top of our heads, reaching up through the sky, up through the stars, until you reach the highest dimension of the source of love of this universe. And there, connecting your light cord into the highest dimension of source. Remain connected into source and extend your light cord down through the stars and through the sky, back down to the top of your head and into your heart once more. And now, together with source above and your own golden light, extend your light cord down through the roots of your spine, all the way down into the ground, going deeper and deeper through the layers of this planet until you reach the very core, Mother Earth. And there, connecting your light cord into Mother Gaia's crystalline heart. And we send her so much love and gratitude at this time. Remain connected to Gaia's heart and extend your light cord up through the layers of the planet, up through the roots of your spine and into your heart once more. Together with the light of Source above and Mother Gaia below, we expand out our golden bubbles of protective light to surround each of us individually at first, about 2 meters out from the center of our hearts, above, below, to each side, in front and behind. And we set the intention for our golden bubbles, our boundaries, that only energies and entities with our permission, our highest good love and compassion can see us, access us, or exist within this space or within us. All other energies and entities must leave the space and leave us immediately. And into our golden bubbles, we invite in our guides, our higher selves, our ancestors, every dimension of us. We invite in Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, Source, and Gaia for our guidance and clearing, healing and protection, and access to the Akashic records, and assistance with our intuition and connecting with every dimension we choose to. And through space and time, I create a golden bubble around all those in the live stream and in the replay. And I set the intention that only energies and entities with my permission, my highest good love and compassion can see us, access us, or exist within this space or within us. All other energies and entities must leave us immediately. Inviting in my guides, my higher self, my ancestors, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, Source, and Gaia. And when called forwards, when your name is stated in the chat, I will also be inviting forwards you, your higher self, and your guides at that moment. And until then, and afterwards, I also request that you provide us energetic space for this work. Please put all requests in capitals. Every request is selected randomly. And to know that we get through as many as we reasonably can. Call out your name, say hello when your name is spoken, and also share any further details you'd like to, including any further reflections that you have during your reading. And we're here today for quantum readings, clearings, healings, to see whoever we can help at this time. Okay, let me get some water. And I'm going to try and go, I will go a bit faster today. Quite what that means, I don't know, but let's see how that goes. It was coming through for me as I was setting up. Okay. I feel hydrated and ready to go. So who is first? Viviana, you're saying on May. Is that someone? And hello to everyone who's joined. Sorry, I'm not sure. Is on May someone? Gina. So is this Gina's request for may I have a healing for deep grief and anger from hurts? Is that correct? Just let me know. I'll take a note. Gina, okay, thank you. Okay, so thank you to Gina for your request. You're up first. And just asking Gina, your higher self and guides to step forwards. to assist with healing her grief and anger. I'm immediately just being shown. I knew I had to do a healing for you, Gina. I see like your body is like bursting with this energy, with these low vibrations. It's like you're full. You're totally full. Let me see if I can clear this out. From the highest dimension of source above, I bring down a column of golden lights to just above Gina's head, setting the intention to clear and to heal, to release any of this anger, this grief, or any other negative emotion that does not serve Gina's highest good at this time. Okay, I'm being asked to come down to the heart. Uh, Archangel Raphael's just showing me what to do because I've not done this before. Well, I've done this healing hundreds of times, but not in this way. Okay, so what I'm to do is just to focus on your heart chakra. And I'm just going to very gently, it feels a little bit like I'm bursting a blister. So I'm just around the back of you now and I'm just pushing through gently onto your heart chakra through to the other side. Okay. And I'd just like to open up and release this. Now, as I turn around, I'm just getting ready to release it. As I turn around, I'm just going to capture all this emotion that's going to be released into a golden bubble, a protective light, which I'm just forming now. Okay. And then turning around to your back. And just asking your heart chakra now. Just your heart chakra didn't really know where to release this energy to. So let's just release this now. Archangel Michael, please return to source or never return here again. Okay, there's more, about 3 of these. Archangel Michael, please return to source or never return here again. Archangel Michael, please return to source or never return here again. Okay, good. Just turning your back round and then looking at this small puncture wound. I'm just healing this now. Una imaro sonorama. Smoothing out and healing your heart chakra. Yeah, that's it whole once more. And then releasing this source love energy down through your root chakra and into the ground. There's definitely a lot of, feel a lot lighter and clearer, Gina. It's a lot, right? Anything that you can do to encourage the sharing of this, releasing of this energy, in particular the anger. And it feels like once you get through that, you'll get on to the grief more. And you may find yourself, screaming into pillows or out in an open field or um, just really releasing that anger. Like it doesn't need to make sense to others. It just needs to be released from you. And then to allow the grief to begin. And with grief, I'm glad it feels great. With the grief, I also encourage you towards a practice of release, non-judgment, and it'll help lead you towards forgiveness. And so I would I would encourage you to follow that path of non-judgment as well. And this is where you can kind of share these things, and then you can write them down or journal them, for example, your experiences, and then um, you know remove any words or reflect on or rewrite it without judgment. So I hope that helps. Thank you, Gina. Please get plenty of rest and drink plenty of water. Who's next, please, Vivienne? I'll just I'll save my words until till the next request. Okay, Harley is next. Thank you. So let me take a look and just see if I can see it. Harley, new member, thank you for being a member, got an epiphany that present financial issues and blocks such as fear and unworthiness may be related to past life events, being a pauper or being thrown in jails. Okay. Um, so I'm not sure exactly what you're asking. I'm guessing that you'd like a reading, Harley. Let me know if you'd like to share a bit more about what it is you'd like from me. Um, it's quite possible your observation is very true. So just while this is while I'll give you time to answer, I'll just ask your guide step forwards for a reading. So just asking everyone else step back and sending so much love to Gina and bringing forwards Harley, your higher self, and one of your guides, please. Would like to understand more about Harley's financial blockages and relation to past life traumas. Oh, excuse me. So I saw you. Um, it was like a kind of flash of like 2 or 3 seconds, and um, what I saw was this like this version of you. You were sat in what feels like a medieval castle dungeon. I don't think it was a very large castle. And there's this thing happening. It's really curious. I'm going to find out what it is in a minute. You're sat there on the floor and like you're sat in straw. You're locked in this place, and then someone is like throwing these little gold coins to you, and whenever they throw them into this dungeon, um, it's like I don't know how to describe it. You know how we do this in Scotland in the UK anyway. Like if there's a well, or we'll make a wish and we'll throw the coin in, and it's something like that. Like these people are visiting you. It feels like the the local town people can visit you, and they're throwing a coin in to you. And what's really fascinating is they actually see you as hold you in high regard, and they would love you to do like a reading for them. It feels like fortune telling, like you're ironically fortune, right? It's like they're looking your ability to look forwards, this clairvoyance. And what's happening is you're throwing the coin back and you're saying, no, like I'm done with this. And you're throwing it back. Sometimes it hits the bars, sometimes it gets through, and you're throwing it back to the person. How can Harley heal this? I'm seeing right now for you financially that if you, for instance, had a web page and you said, come to Harley's fortune telling, then what would happen is there'd be this blockage of lots of people would like sign up to get a fortune told from you. And it feels like relatively small amounts, but many. And that they would stack up, and there's this resistance within you to actually working through them. Okay, how can Harley best address this? To go back to that past life and to find out the cause of, it's not why you were imprisoned. That's really common. You know, you were seen as a threat, like many of us were and are. It's the reason why you stopped doing readings even when in this dungeon. And it goes back to your self-worth. You'd given up on yourself. So you don't necessarily need to go back. I mean, of course, you could do. You got to book me for a session, or do the hidden witch wound session, or you could just in your own meditation or something like in a mirror or scrying. You could face that past life and ask these questions about and visit yourself and say, "I'm here to bring back my self worth." But I do feel that this is something you can really progress right now, Harley, and that's really focusing on your self love, a self love practice, and it's your self. worth that comes from your self love that will help you unblock yourself financially. And it's all about receiving love and receiving money. And when we don't believe we're worth enough, then we don't charge enough and we don't allow money into us. And this is a message for many. And 44 in the chat and 44, thank you for coming, everyone. And 44 is also the price of my hidden witch wounds guided meditation I just released today. So yeah, I hope that helps, Harley, in the available time we have. Okay. Let me know who is next, please. Oh, yes, you're already ahead of me. Thank you, Viviani. John, say, oh, Sai, I think I was pronouncing your name. Please, can you release negative energies in your aura? Sai, negative energies, aura. Let's take a look. Just asking everyone else to step back, including Harley. And from Sai to step forwards, your guides into higher self. Yeah, okay, I see this negative entity around. It's like this, I don't think it's a mantis. It seems more like a scorpion like entity, and it's like doing this like either side. Like it's trying to get in closer to you, say. Anirau. So this whole aura is the dominion of say Tandarau. And I ignite Sai's heart, your heart fire, to cleanse this space. Observe this being's free will and sovereignty. And just pushing those pincers out. Return to source or never return here again. Okay. I'm just scanning down. I hope that helps. That was quick. It's very flippant of me to just say, done. Speak some light language, roar a bit, and you're done. It's a big thing. So yeah, just encouraging you to drink plenty of water, get plenty of rest. Thank you. So on to MG, a clearing of any attachments and a healing. Okay. Okay, MG. So just asking everyone else step back and asking MG, your higher self and a guide step forwards to assist with the clearing and any healing. So what I'm seeing is there's this transformation you're going through. I see MG, you're in this cocoon, and it's like you're if I can do it with my hands, like you're kind of peeling back, like it's opening up. It seems like it's just over your chest area in particular. And that's where it's starting to this layer of you. It's almost like you're peeling off an outer layer of skin. Your guide is saying this is a cocoon phase that has many layers. It's a chrysalis. And it's a chrysalis towards your sixth dimensional ascension. Wow, okay. With each layer you shed, and there's six layers to shed. As you gradually shed these, you shed a lot with them each time. There's like a ritual that you perform each time. And it's a ritual of clearing away anything that doesn't serve your highest good. So it's like like a snake or a spider sheds its skin, it's dropped to the ground. So just when this happens, when you feel, so some of these sensations, and I know you feel like there's some attachments, and it's possible there are some, but this is the most dominant thing that's going on in you at the moment, is this shedding of this cocoon. Okay, one layer's already passed and another one's just coming off just now, and I'm just being asked to help with this second layer. So let me just take this off. Archangel Michael, please return to source or never return here again. Okay, good. I'm just checking around your feet and around your legs because it seemed like there was something festering in the first layer of this cocoon, this chrysalis. Okay. Yeah, just taking those off. It's like little leeches just gathered around your feet. That's them off. Return to source or never return here again. Okay. Thank you. I hope that helps, MG. That's really exciting. Yes, very high ear ringing and headaches. And I'd recommend for that lots of grounding in particular. When you get really, something that really works for me is when I get really high pitched ringing, I angle my head back, and don't ask me how that works, but it feels like it's like, when you're in the shower and you allow the water to like flow off of you, you're allowing this to flow off of you. So yeah, I hope that helps. Okay, Grace. Um, I've been feeling not myself lately, and I'd like a clearing. Feels like stagnant energy. And any messages? Clearing, stagnant. I can spell it. Energy and messages. Okay. Thank you, Grace. My pleasure, MG. It's really exciting about your chrysalis. Okay. So just asking everyone else to step back and for Grace to step forwards. Your higher self and a guide, please. And we'd like to assist with clearing and removing any stagnant energy. Just being shown there's blocked energy around your hands and then around your wrists. What your wrists look like is they have like these blocks. They're like a cube. They're quite large. Like they almost remind me of like some sort of a tag that you'd put on someone. What are these? Why are they there? They're energy dampeners. It seems that your soul has put them there. You've decided to put them there. They've been since birth. They were lighter. They were lighter when you were younger, and they've grown in size and in density since over recent years. And their purpose is to stop you from yielding your energetic gifts through your hands in particular, before you're ready to yield them. And is Grace ready to yield this energy now? Yes, but to start gently. Okay, and how can I help with removing this blocked energy, releasing it? So the some to come out the hands first. And then, really interesting, there's like this deactivation or decommissioning function. So this is a form of high dimensional technology. What dimension do these blocks exist in? High fourth, low fifth dimension. Okay. Okay, so I'll just be showing how to deactivate each one. So let's just, first of all, just scanning down the highest dimension of source above, I bring down a column of golden light just above Grace's head, and then reaching down through your nervous system, and I'm following your energy channels all the way down your arms. Yeah, I can see it's backed up in your arms, and then down into your hands. And I'm just going to release into two bowls. So these golden bubbles, like these half semi spheres, just collating this, drawing this energy out of your hands and closing it. Archangel Michael, please return to source or never return here again. Okay, and then just to deactivate each of these. So there's like a button on the back of these. I'm just going to press, and it begins deactivation. So they're loosening off your wrist and loosening off the other. How long do these take to fully deactivate and to dissipate? 3 to 7 weeks. Okay. And it all depends on your releasing of this energy. Okay, well, remember this date, the 24th of October, and at least another 3 weeks before they fully dissolve. It feels like the relief that you seek of this energy being released will be quite quick. So just releasing any further energy through your hands, down through your feet, and your other hands. Return to source or never return here again, and grounding into earth. Good. So, Grace, if you haven't tried something like Reiki or my quantum healing, my quantum healing, well, what I call quantum healing, please do try it out. I teach it in my higher self foundational training, and the next one runs in March, but there's a self-paced version online as well. Um, so, Gigi, may I have a whole being healing? Whole being healing. That sounds like a great service, whole being healing. Okay. I hope that helps, Grace. You've had hot hands and tightness in your hands. Really fascinating. And just to be clear, Grace, you put those blocks there. So that means it's really exciting because you've known that you really wanted to wait until just the right time to activate it. And it's an honor to be the person to help with that start of your activation. So asking Gigi to step forwards and everyone else step back. And to ask for a higher self of Gigi and your guide to step forwards. And to set the intention for healing. I'm being shown your nervous system as something. What arm is this? I find it quite hard to see which way you're facing. Okay, so you are facing me, and on the right side, just coming up under your arm towards the armpit, is this. It's like everything else looks quite blue and quite white energy throughout your light body, but there's this blockage. What is this thing that's moving up through? Yeah, it's like an energy clot. It's not a blood clot or anything else. It's oh, fascinating. It's an implant that is being ejected by your body. It feels like it's at the end of its useful life span, if you like. And so your body is being encouraged to release this now. Seems like you're just being really uneasy about it anyway. Feels like you've suspected it, even if it's just at a subconscious level that there's something foreign in your body, and this is more energetic than physical. It's not. It's not. It doesn't have any 3D um, density. Let me just take a look at this thing. It does have some defensive capability. Okay, it is quite advanced. And just removing it from you. Archangel Michael, please return to source or never return here again. Thank you. Yeah, Archangel Michael's off to see to figure out where that came from. It was very aggressive when I went near it. So that was fascinating. Is there any messages for Gigi about this that we can share? It didn't cause you particular harm. It was for observation, in particular beings that are ascending. Okay. So it was what it was monitoring was basically your vibration levels. It wasn't really interested in your physical being, just interested in your overall, like your average frequency, if you like, and your frequency range. Okay. And there are many of these implants around the world at this time. It's like a way of measuring the vibration of the planet. And just clearing through your whole body now with a column of golden light from the highest dimension of source, removing anything that doesn't serve your highest good out to the arms and hands, down to your feet, Removing anything that doesn't serve your highest good. Return to source. Or never return here again and then grounding into earth. Good. I hope that helps, Gigi. Um, okay, Care Bear. Um, Care Bear, Bard of Cards. Just a witch wound healing, please. A witch wound. You were burned at the stake in past lives. When I did, when I recorded the Hidden Witch Wounds meditation this morning, that was what I saw. For me, I spent a lot of time with a version of me being burned. And it was really beautiful. It was so beautiful to witness them, to see them. Okay, asking everyone else to step back. And I hope that helped, Gigi. And asking, and you have dreams of burning. Thank you for sharing. So asking Care Bear to step forwards, your higher self and guide. And I'd first just like to see this version of Care Bear that died, or versions, past life, parallel, future lives, burned at the stake. There's something in, so I can see you, this past life version of you, they're putting something in the flames. What is this in the flames? They're like changing color, blues and purples. What is this? I don't. Your guide is like trying to like give me the idiot's guide to what they're doing. I keep hearing magnesium, but I don't understand. So there was several things going on here at once. One was the fire itself and the fuel. So the intention of the fire. So when it was lit, the intention that was set by the lighter of the fire. And then the fuel of the fire was effectively cursed. Like we would describe it as um, encoding negative energy into it. And then magnesium was added to like I don't know how magnesium forms in naturally, but it's almost like in these little, I see it like little um, bits of it like in little stones. And what's happening is when it's set fire, there's like all these kind of these big flashes of light, and the light was designed to disrupt your like your chakras, as was, this was the people that were hunting us didn't just want to kill our bodies because they knew that we would come back. And so what they wanted to do was give us trauma that would be even harder to heal in future lives. And so this was their intent and this was their purpose. This is why you're having these dreams. Um, so it's really fascinating. So what, and Care Bear, you can help me with this just now, because this really has to come from you. Wow, you see purple and blue when you meditate. Wow. Um, so what we're going to do for a moment, Care Bear, is just bring in protective healing energy. And what we're going to do is just going to reach into that past life version of you, into the heart, and expand out their heart. And we're going to form this almost like oval shape, almost like an egg, but just to cover the human form. They're standing in these flames. And what we're going to do is shield them from this version of you, shield it from this negative energy that's trying to affect you. Now, it won't save their life, and it won't have any dramatic effect on the timeline or the outcome. But what it will do is help dampen the effect of what it is that they're doing to try and cause this ongoing future life wounding that exists with you today. So let me just do this just now to your past life version of you. Bring down a column of golden light into the heart to the past life of Care Bear and expanding out this golden light to surround you, protecting you from this negative energy, deflecting it away from you. Narai Moroto. Good. And sending so much love to this past life version of you. Thank you for your service. Know that all your trauma only leads to growth and leads to the creation of Care Bear and other beautiful souls that come back to help forgive and re-correct and rewrite the balance of darkness and light. May all that have harmed you face their own consequences. Wow, Care Bear. Thank you for that. I hope it helps you. Okay, the big star. Hi, John. What does the future hold for you? Great question. Um, okay, so just asking Care Bear to step back and for the big star to step forwards and your guides and higher self. Just going to ask Archangel. I'm just seeing like a lot of shifting timelines in front of you just now. Just asking Archangel Metatron for some guidance. Yeah, how can we best assist with this future? So you're in this junction. There are at least three timelines to choose from. your your guide is saying, "What do you choose? What do you choose? What do you choose?" Like over and over, almost like a game show. Um, and each of these there are more than three timelines, but the three that seem most attractive to you, they seem to be the three highest vibration timelines. Each of these has a choice and it has a frequency. Can we share what these are? No, not beyond the decision point itself. This is how they work. This is how the junction works. Is that you're not allowed to see the future beyond it, else it how to describe it? It's like you would be making a decision on a future potential timeline that doesn't actually exist yet. And also, this is the way our growth works. We're never allowed to know what's on the other side of the door of fear. Okay. And fear is what is at the core of this. And this is why you're spinning a bit with these decisions. Okay. So how can we best assist, or how can the big star like focus on releasing fear? It's like you're kind of stuck in time. Wow, I just got this really bright flash of light. You're stuck in time and you're like spinning your wheel. And how can you face this fear, release this fear? So there's one timeline and it's the highest timeline, the highest vibration that you really want to go for. It feels really good to you, but you're just not sure how you would do it with this version of you. And so the guidance is to create a version of you that is capable of releasing this fear. Another way of thinking about it is that you're working up. So I go through this a lot. Like today, I've been scared of going in the woods because my dog keeps getting attacked whenever I go in woods. And so now what I'm doing is I go in for just like a few minutes and then I come back out and then I go in for a bit longer and come out. It's like facing that fear incrementally. And so there's lots of different ways that you can face this fear. But the first is like to write down a list of your greatest fears. And there's about 10 of them for you. And then to prioritize them perhaps in the depth of the emotion. Like do they fill you with shame or are they holding you back? Like what are these fears causing you to do unintentionally? this avoidance tactic that we often do with fear. Then once you've seen it, see your fear, feel it, and then you have to face it. And that means literally walking through the door of it. And so this is the message just now. We can't go any further beyond. I mean, of course, I could go to Akashic Records and find out about those three timelines, but it feels like that's the best use of my time with you today, is to really help you focus on that fear so that you can choose that highest timeline. I hope that helps. Okay. Who's next? It is April. Hello, April. And April's asking for John, please share and clear the witchy lifetime so that I can come into healing my gifts in this life. Okay. It's funny the way you say witchy lifetime, because it feels like this lifetime for you is quite witchy. Okay. So just asking everyone else to step back, and then for April to step forwards. And your higher self, and one of your guides, please. And thank you to the big star. I'm glad that helps. And for April, we'd like to assist with a witchy lifetime healing or witch wound healing. So I'm just being shown, like, taken all the way back. This is really quite far. 800 years ago. I hear the word alchemy. And you would, like, if you asked this version of you, April, you would say that you're a witch. And quite proudly, you're in a forest in this like small home. I mean, it is a brick home or stone home. Um, it's in today towards it's in Ireland, but it's close to Northern Ireland, close to the border. And what were you doing? This version of you 800 years ago has figured out how to do what we're doing now, which is so cool, right? So this past life version of you has figured out how to connect with you in this lifetime. And how is this done? I'm seeing like these strings hanging down. It reminds me of like these on these strings. There's 8 of these, and there's little beads on each of them. It reminds me a little bit of an abacus, but instead of sliding side by side, it's like vertical. And I can see your fingers like tapping on these, like tapping down and sometimes lifting them up and down and tapping on them. It seems to be like a code. And you're kind of doing this past life, you is like doing this with your fingers, and like it's like setting the intention to connect with a specific year and lifetime, and then going through this sequencing. Wow. And I'm just being shown what they see, and they see like visuals, and it's very much like it's kind of like seeing a dream within a dream. Like I'm experiencing what your past life of you sees. It seems to cause these reflections of these visuals across space and time. And what is the greatest healing for this time? First of all, this version of you really wanted to be seen today, um, which is super awesome. Um, and what's really cool is that uh, that technique that this past life version of you is doing is something you could choose to relearn. Like literally get little bits of string, get some little beads, different colors, set the intention to talk to your guides and this past life version of you. Can we get a name of this past life version of you? Shanning. Shanning. Okay. Um, so yeah, this version of you could do with some help, like with the communication and just being seen at the moment. And then they didn't have a pleasant death like many of us. This isn't what I would describe as necessarily a witch wound. It's more that their home was that they were attacked and robbed and raided, and as they fought back, were sadly killed. So it I don't want to belittle that in any way. It was traumatic. And what was happening was that they were practicing this witchcraft at the time. And so part of it was like they wanted the connection to be closed because it felt like that connection to your future hung open. So I just closed that just now. Ina tro moro for each string. Ina tro tro 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 mira sana tro moro tro mo. Okay, and just releasing that energy. Turn source. I'll never turn her again. Okay, good. I hope that helps, April. What a beautiful past life you have. I love it when our past lives can see us. They've already been doing the work way ahead of us, right? We're not the first ones to discover time travel. Um, and someone was saying, oh, Callie was saying, holy cow, this is so creepy. Since just yesterday I had visions of Ireland in the 1740s, wondering the exact same thing John is speaking of now, healers or witches' abilities to use for today. Yeah, it's definitely a time for us to remember our witchy ancestors and work on our healings. Um, thank you, April. And yeah, I love that idea. It's fascinating. I'd love to hear that how that goes for you. Um, Julia's next. Hello, Julia. And let me just get a note of your name, Julia. And Julia would like a clearing. Appreciate it. Okay. Thank you for all you do. My pleasure. Let me get some water. It's not long to Halloween, right? Looking forward to it. Um, if you're a close friend on Instagram, you will have seen my witchy hat that I bought. It was super fun. Or it's actually technically a wizard hat. Is what it's called, but it looks quite a lot like a black version of the hidden witch wound hats. I didn't realize how big the base of these hats are, even in my own art. Okay, so just asking everyone else to step back and for Julia to step forwards and your guides and higher self, please. And we're here to assist with the clearing. So there are these wounds on your shoulders, Julia, and it's from that. What's the name of this? This entity that it's like these claws. I'm hearing Chiron, Chimera. Is that a? Is that like some? Let me just Google it. Chimera. Mm, maybe. Oh, a flying monster. It is. Okay. Thank you, uh, Wikipedia. Okay, so this being has come and gone, but it's left these marks on you, and there's like these two on each side. There's these two wounds. Um, some really strange noise in here, and it's soundproof studio. Okay, these are to be removed. Why did it leave these? I have to remove them and find out. Okay, so bringing down a column of golden light from the highest dimension of source above to just above Julie's head. Set the intention to clear, to heal, and to remove anything that no longer serves your highest good. Coming down through your head and out to the shoulders. These are coming away quite easily. They're kind of like sticky. These blocks, they're like these U-shaped blocks, two on each shoulder. Angel Michael, please return to source or never return here again. I felt like I heard this noise, it's like doon doon doon. Like there's it's so strange. There's like I get more creeped out hearing things in this room because there's no sound at all. It's totally soundproofed. But also there was a breeze I felt against my foot. It seemed to be a marking. So it's quite common for negative entities, the more powerful ones, especially um, to mark so that they can come back. And so removing the mark is really helpful because it stops a repeat attack. Just clearing down, scanning down through your body, removing anything that doesn't serve your highest good. Through the roots. Please return to source or never return here again. Okay. I hope that helps, Julia. Thank you for that. And now, Emily. Um, I would appreciate some further healing from intrusive traumatic thoughts and some guidance on a current life journey. Okay. You actually feel lighter. Oh, that's wonderful, Julia. I'm really glad. Okay. Asking everyone else to step back and for Emily to step forwards, one of your guides in your higher self, and would like to assist with these traumatic thoughts and assist with life journey. I can hear you, like you're screaming, like you're to music, Emily. Like um, it's like I was listening to some Linkin Park at lunchtime, and there's something about the rawness, especially of Chester's journey and like the screaming of his vocals, where there's this great release. And I'm not saying that I'm not trying to recommend that band or, in fact, any of that genre per se. It's more that that you're screaming at the top of your voice and you're releasing this energy. And what needs to be spoken is the trauma itself. And so it it seems, almost like a mixed action from a human perspective, in that your emotions, like, they're hard to face. Like, it's taking these traumatic thoughts and speaking them out loud, um, singing them and screaming them out loud, but they need to be spoken and they need to be released. If you find that a bit much as a first step, then the other steps you can do is write it down to release it, draw it to release it, and also listen to music and dance around, and especially shake off the energy. Like, imagine this energy in your hands, and I was doing that at lunch, after a client session, and the client session was fine. It was more that it's a great practice of releasing. Any other advice for Emily at this time? Can we help release any of this energy? I see it like coming up from the solar plexus, from the heart, and then up out of the throat. It's almost, it feels like you're vomiting this energy, like you're just pouring it out, like roaring it out. And maybe you'd like to join me with a roar just now. Emily, let's do it together. So just focusing our attention on our solar plexus, and everyone else can join in as well. So focus on the solar plexus, identifying anything that doesn't serve your highest good, bringing it up into the heart. Again, identifying anything that doesn't serve your highest good, bringing that energy up into the throat, and getting ready to release it. And join me as we're taking a breath. And with a nice dragon roar, roar it all out to your mouth, and to return to source or never return here again. Return to source or never return here again. Okay. Well, I enjoyed it. I hope that helps you too, Emily, and anyone else that participated. Okay. Lotus Bloom. Karen liked it. Fantastic. And thank you all for coming. It's lovely seeing you all here. It's funny. It says the average view duration is 21442144. I love that. Thank you. Um, my twin toddlers literally just started screaming. um, okay, so I'd like a childhood healing of sexual abuse, which I'm struggling with. Okay. Sorry to hear that you've experienced that, Lotus Bloom. So just asking everyone else step back and for Lotus Bloom step forwards, your guides and higher self. So one of your guides, and they seem to take this in turns, but one of your guides is right with you and they're holding you right now. Like they're just cuddling you. And they're looking at me and they're doing this to hand, they're asking me to step forwards to see how I can assist. They want you to do the same. So they're really trying to show you, Lotus Bloom, this the this inner child of you. They want you to do the same to your inner child. So they want you to hold this inner child of you. And I'd invite anyone who wants to try this too, but this is specifically for or targeted at Lotus Bloom. So just bring your attention from your heart to come down through your solar plexus and down to your sacral chakra, just around the navel area. And now go into the center of the sphere of your sacral chakra. And as you go in there, imagine that there's a very small baby version of you, larger than an embryo. This version of you is a baby, a fully formed version of you, very young and very tender. And if you choose to, I encourage you to gently lift this baby, cradling the baby's head in your hand and under the right hand and your left hand under the body, and to nurse this version of you. And now from the center of your heart, send this beautiful healing love to this inner child version of you. And you can join me in the Om sound if you choose. Okay. And now you can repeat after me if you choose. I love you. I forgive you. I forgive all those who harmed you. And I forgive myself. I now want you to know that you're safe. No one's ever going to hurt you again. And even if they try, I'm right here with you, always. I'm never going to let you go. I'm always going to hold you because you are me. And I love me more than anything else in this universe. And as I place you back into my sacral chakra, feel this love for eternity. And just place this version of you back into your sacral chakra. Just scanning down your lotus bloom. Okay, good. I hope that helps you. It's very powerful. And sending so much love to you and holding space for you, dear soul. Okay. Um, Leah's next. Whatever your team asks for, or whatever John desires honored. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so and thank you, Lindsay, Michelle, Callie, everyone that's shared your beautiful comments, love and support. Average view duration 222, 22 minutes and 20 seconds. Love the numbers. Okay, so with Leah, just asking everyone else to step back, and for Leah, your higher self, a guide step forwards. It's snowing sparkles on you. It's the only way I can describe it. What are these? They're sparkles of ascension waves. They're crystallizing. How does this, or why is this happening? Why is this happening for Leah? Because you you're the one that converts them. It's like as they're hitting your aura. That's so cool. So as these sparkles come down, they're like hitting your aura and they're condensing, almost like the ascension wave is steam, like a cloud, and then when it hits your aura, it's being condensed into these larger droplets. Um, what is this energy to be released? It's just blocks right here in my heart. So a lot of this has been bouncing off your skin, and then it's been like landing on the ground. Um, it's not harming you in any way. I think you just feel like there's more you could be doing with these galactic energies. How can Leah help absorb these? Oh, okay. That makes sense. Sometimes I take a little bit of time. Um, Portal sparkles in Doctor Strange. Yeah, a bit like that. So what I see is they're coming down, they're hitting your aura, and then as they do, they're like falling off and landing on the ground. What you can do is, and this could be a daily practice, and I see you like holding out your hands. I can't, I'm guessing both of my hands are visible. I can't actually see my video just now. Um, okay, they are. um, but what you're doing is you're holding out your hands like this and you're capturing these, but also setting the intention. Seems like a practice, whenever you feel like ringing in your ears, or sometimes you might feel pressure on your head. You can ask your guides to assist you and just say, guides, please assist me in absorbing this ascension wave energy. And for anything that's too um, large for you to be able to absorb through your light body, collect them into your hands. And a bit like I was doing earlier, like imagine a bit like a singing bowl, like have this, like just create this in your mind's eye, create this like little bowl in each hand to collect these sparkles and then these ascension sparkles. And then once you're done, you hold them together in your hand and then you place them into your heart and say, I accept all ascension energy that serves my highest good and the highest good love and compassion of all. And then with anything left that doesn't serve, that doesn't meet that criteria, you pass to Archangel Michael to return to source or never return here again. Let me just scan down through you. Is there anything else we can do for Leah this time? Just help release that stuck energy in your heart. Okay. Because it seems like you subconsciously know how to do this already, even when you're sleeping. But just encouraging you. So just going into your heart and releasing any of this ascension energy that doesn't, or any other energy that doesn't serve your highest good. Arahum, Arahi, Tarasama. Archangel Michael, please return to source or never return here again. Okay. I hope that helps, Leah. Thank you. Lotus Bloom, you're saying, um, thank you, Viviane. Leonardo, I was ready to forgive because at this point, there is deep acceptance for it. It's been over a year since flashback started, and this is really powerful. Thank you. I hope it helps. Okay, Amber. Amber is next. Hello, Amber. Um, can I have a witch wound healing? Yes. Wound healing and messages. Yeah, really beautiful words from KD or K Die. Yeah, it's that part of forgiveness that sounds hard to. I mean, this is just in general for everyone, right? And for me, is that big part of forgiveness is forgiving ourselves for allowing something to happen to ourselves. And it's such a strange thing to say because when something's forced against us against our will, it doesn't feel like that, right? And yet, when someone does something to us against our will, it's actually ourselves that force ourselves to feel to have a reaction to it, and rightly so. And it feels sometimes I find that's easier to forgive within me is how someone's negative action towards me, whether it's a physical attack or otherwise, or a form of abuse, um, for me to forgive myself for making that about me. And yeah, I hope it helps. Okay, so for Amber, just asking everyone else to step back. And it's my pleasure, Leah. Hope that helps. Suggest asking Amber, your higher self, and one of your guides step forwards, please, and to assist with a witch wound healing. Wow. Please take that energy out of me. Return to source or never return her again. Okay. So for your witch wound healing, um, I saw you being drowned, Amber, and you were in it's the northwest of Scotland. It seems to be near Skye. Um, just really feeling that energy just down the left side of my heart. It's almost like trapped wind. I mean, it may physically be that within me. But what I saw is like your head was being repeatedly put underground, underwater, and when you at the just at the edge of you like losing consciousness, you had to be brought back out of the water, and it was just done again and again. There's something this version of you is saying. They're trying to speak to you right now, Amber. What is this message, please, dear soul? Let me just freeze frame them and give them a chance to speak. So freeze frame the trauma, just slowing them down and just waiting until their head's above water. Okay. Hello, dear soul. Yes, please take this moment, this infinite present moment, to share your message with Amber at this time. She's saying she would do this over and over and over for eternity to create you, Amber. This fight, this war of battling light and dark, it never ends, but it does reach harmony. And you, Amber, are your soul's best hope at assisting harmony in the world at this time. And she does not feel remorse or regret. She feels sad that you have to witness her death and her trauma. She was hoping that her trauma was done, that it was. That's why she was trying to keep a really positive frame of mind, even though she was literally being tortured and drowned to death and publicly humiliated. And they just taste the salt and the seaweed. And she was hoping for a quick death and tried every time she went underwater to gulp more water. And that's what okay, that's what I'm feeling. Wow, that's so self-sacrificial. And she wants you to know she has nothing but love for this journey. And perhaps you could forgive her, to forgive this part of yourself for not fighting more right at the end. But she knew about you, Amber. She knew that you would be born, that you would come back, born from this growth. Okay. And I'm just releasing her now and just allowing her death to come. And I'm just seeing her. It's rare that I see this, but I'm just seeing her die and see her soul is like her energy body's like leaving her body now, and she's very happy to have ended that torture. And she just feels so glad that she can see you, Amber, and she's really proud of you. It's so beautiful. And she wants you to know that she would she would live 1,000 more lifetimes and die in 1,000 more horrible ways just to be able to create you in this lifetime. Wow. That was really powerful. I hope that helps you, Amber. Okay. So on to Laura. Oops. Don't know what I just pressed. Laura. And Laura is asking for clearing with blurry vision, migraines, and back pain. So just asking everyone else to step back and for Laura to step forwards. And your guides and higher self, please. We're here to assist with blurry vision, migraines, and back pain. Yeah, I'm just being shown what this is. It it's horrible to describe, but I'll go ahead and describe it as I see it. If you if you were to take a human brain, and this includes the third eye, just those parts, the the spine, like the spinal column, together the nervous system, and it's just a brain in the spine is all being shown. That there's an entity that is trying to how could I describe it, to physically to take over you. Let me just scan closer to see what this entity is. It seems very young. It's not, almost like a baby, like it's not without being impolite to it, like it's not super intelligent yet. It doesn't have much strength. And it's almost got this like etheric, like this very thin energy to it, which allows it to enter. It's okay, so it's like a parasite. Okay, many attachments are. Let's remove this quickly, and I'm to take it out through the top of your head, and pull up the spine. Okay. And yeah, it's hot. Like where it, I see it. It was focusing its most attention was on the third eye, your pineal and hypothalamus. Like it was like really trying. Is really trying to bury in hard there. So let's just release this now. Just removing this. You do not have permission to be here. Ara imoro soma takaraya. Taram. Archangel Michael, please return to source or never return here again. Yeah, Archangel Michael says it is really nasty. He said it's rare you get those entities in this area of the universe. Um, they're not common at all. Okay, and just checking through you, Laura. Let's just bring in some healing energy from the highest dimension of source above down to Laura's head, sending attention to clear, to heal, to energize, and in particular around the brain. And then the spine. Ura, tiria, tara, toro, toro, ambaraka. And grounding this energy into earth. Good. I hope that helps, Laura. Very fascinating and yeah, quite creepy and horrible, but I hope that helps you. For many years, yeah, I can imagine that's really horrible. I hope that helps. Excuse me. So Karen's next. Hello, Karen. Are there any messages? You're getting lots of synchronicities. And if you or them see any healing. Okay, and then healing is funny. I mistyped and wrote messages equals healing question mark. um, I love it when they like, when they spill between the two. Okay. So just asking everyone else step back and for Karen, step forwards. One of your guides and higher self, please. And would like to focus initially on any messages for Karen. There's a lot of pride for you. They're very proud of you. I'm being shown you like you're methodically organizing things. What are these? They almost seem like they remind me of a game like is it drafts? With little kind of little circular coin like um is this drafts? But yeah, you're lining these up. Why is Karen been doing this? Why is this important? And what is this exactly? Lining up the foundations for your future. It's quite fascinating. You seem to be doing this in alignment with the stars. Like I saw a bit like Orion's belt. There was more than the three visible stars that we see. I have seen in client sessions other stars that did exist. Like there was one below the three that we see, not that long ago. And it's like you're lining these up. And so, what is the message for Karen at this time? We're proud of you, and to keep going on this path. And with each of these steps, okay. So you're lining up these milestones in your these gateway points in your timelines. There seems to be a lot of collaboration with your higher self, which came in really strong at the start, and also your soul. So there's a lot of conversations going on about, okay, what's now the next best thing that will help you with your growth, and what is the next best thing for Karen's growth. That I don't know if you heard what I was doing with Lotus Bloom, but that was I saw that was like the first practice. Like if you weren't there at that time and you didn't try it at that time, it's like doing some inner child healing, focusing on cradling this inner child view and um, harvesting. That's a funny word to say. Cultivating this love, this self love within you. It's like the first step, and it helps you release some of the shadows from your childhood into late teens. Okay, and it helps you move on to the next step. Okay, and each of these steps is like a step up. Fabulous. I hope that helps. I'm intrigued, and I'm really intrigued with the links with the stars. I don't know if you're into astrology, um, astronomy, but that's really cool. Okay, so who is next? Sarah. Thank you, Viviani, for all your incredible love and support. I'm so grateful. And I've been struggling to overcome years of trauma, losses, and isolation. I'd love help connecting with loving spirits to get higher alignments. Um, Thank you, dear soul. So just asking everyone else step back, and for Sarah, your higher self and guides step forwards. So what you've been doing, Sarah, is in the trauma, the losses that you've been struggling with, you've created these silos of yourself. I can see it's like it's almost like this row of little prison cells, and then you've put a version of you that holds that trauma into each of these silos. And perhaps this is quite a common thing for us humans to do. And I'm hearing it's just so loud. You know that so I'm going to make this jarring noise. So just like I know you're probably used to like my dull, sleepy, monotone voice. But just to prepare everyone for this noise, because it seemed to be important for me to share this noise. And so when in the UK, it reminds me of the prisons, and many of them are Victorian. It's the sound of the cell doors being unlocked, and there's this beeping noise, and it goes, ready for it? It goes, "Ah." I won't do it again. It's quite jarring, right? It's like, um, but I hear then you're like making that noise yourself, and then you're unlocking each of these doors. Now you can do it one at a time, but the important thing is you're allowing, just like we allow prisoners to socialize together, you're allowing all these aspects of you to come out and to meet each other. It seems like a first really important step in the journey of you overcoming your trauma and losses. The isolation is within you as well as isolation from others. And so this first step you're being invited to do is bring all the aspects of you together and not trying to fix it all at once, right? It's like that first step. Like imagine that these silos of you are different beings. And so if you were trying to heal a group of beings, you could start with visiting each one, perhaps seeing how many of these silos are. I feel it's like three or four. Um, sorry, four or five. And then so you could see those little doors, and then you could even do things like draw little doors on paper, and then perhaps give them, a name or like a time in your life that happened, and then allow yourself to go up to each one and look through um the little inspection hatch that they have in prison doors, and just say hello and just say to this version of you, I love you, and I'm coming for you. I'm coming for your healing. And when after you've met each one, to then allow them to come out into the meeting area together. And a lot of this, the first stage of focus is to just allow yourself, Sarah, to meet these silos of you. And that's a huge part of it. Like really just seeing we just started parts therapy for CPTSD. Wow. I'm glad it makes sense for you. I've never heard of any treatment like this, but I guess it makes a lot of logical sense. Um, but yeah, your guide is saying the strongest healing you'll get is from these silos being seen. And don't feel pushed into having to integrate all of these aspects of you either at all or to having to do it in any kind of sense of urgency, because that brings pressure and it brings pressure on those individual parts of you. And so really allowing yourself to be released. So it's almost like once a day, maybe it's in a lunchtime walk that you're doing, you're allowing, for these different aspects of you to come together and just to be seen. And I can just imagine it. So I'm seeing it almost like a movie of like, I see them a bit like teenagers and they're grumpy with each other and don't really want to talk to each other, but they come out of the cells and like, they like, my son is just like, he's 15 and he's lovely, but just sometimes you see those teenagers behaviors and that's okay. Like just allow them to see each aspect and to see that you're all part of the same consciousness. It's just the silos have been a protective uh, mechanism. So I hope that that helps on that journey of integration. Your guides are with you the whole time, and they want to be they're grumpy teenagers. They want to be with you at every step. And you can also ask your guides to look after each aspect of you. Is there one guide in particular that would help, Sarah? Let me see if I can spell her name in the chat. Guide's name is La Lahurura. Lahurura. I find that really hard to say. Lahuru. Is there a shorter version? Lahu. Okay, so or Lahu. Um, okay. So this is the guide. This guide has come to you to assist with this trauma. They have been human and have known you before in past lives. But yeah, they're here to help. So yeah, I feel that's a really empowering message, and I hope that helps. And wish you all the best with your therapy. Okay. And yeah, please be gentle, everyone, with Viviana, who does an incredible job. And it's hard keeping up with the chat. And remember that everyone's being randomly picked. So we already do 3 sessions a week of 6 hours, and it's a lot, both for me and for Viviani. So thank you for your patience, and just know that we're trying our best. And yes, your donations are very kindly appreciated. Thank you so much, Leah. That's really kind. You just visit johnbenny.com. There's a little button on the homepage that says donate, or you can do /donate on johnbenny.com. So Sharon is next. Thank you. And just looking for Sharon. I was told I have an entity and wanted a clearing. Ooh, who told you? Yeah, just intrigued. I don't think I've ever asked that, Sharon, but yeah, please do share who told you that you had an entity attached. It seems important. Okay, so just asking everyone else step back, for Sharon step forwards, and your guides and higher self, and does. Sharon have an entity attached? Okay, I need some water for this. Okay, so um another reader, and I've done your meditations. Fabulous, Sharon. Okay. So I don't want to scare everyone, right? But let me just introduce a concept. And this concept is that for the vast majority of the time, like 99% of the time, our um our guides are fantastic. And I would always recommend that you focus on being able to connect with them first. Like they're your first safest port of call. I would also add that just like us humans, our guides vary from low vibration to high vibration. Okay. So if you took all your guides, 8 active guides, and you ordered them, you asked them to stand up in a row in a lineup and put one of them down at the lowest vibration, there's always one, right? There's always going to be one. And it's not always the same guide. It depends what mood they're in, right? So this entity, Sharon, is not foreign to you. It is one of your guides. And this guide is not is doing something that's not for your highest good. And what it seems to be doing, it has this like I'm not I'm not quite seeing the whole being, but what I can see is where its arm, it's like a a mantis. I guess it describes like a claw, and it's trying to. It keeps doing this, and it's coming into your side. Which side is this? To your left side. What is it trying to do? Just feeling like this pressure, like this sinus pressure on you, and then it like popping and releasing. Seems to be doing something to. What is this guy doing? What is it trying to do towards your solar plexus? It's trying to kickstart your solar plexus. It's trying to trying to activate your solar plexus, but you're this is like a like a memory from a past life. All the other guides are now like getting really annoyed with this. What I don't feel it is actually a mantis, but I'm just going to call it a mantis like guide. Why is it doing this? Why are you doing this? To activate this superpower. So this the view of this guide, this mantis like guide, Sharon, is that it believes that it can help activate a superpower within your solar plexus from a previous life. However, the solar plexus, your human solar plexus, doesn't feel like it's capable or that there's an energetic alignment with that. It doesn't feel like that's actually something you want to do. Um, so like I'm not going to give you advice about firing or not firing a spirit guide in a live session. My advice is um and it's not right for me, like it's very like it's borderline me infringing on your free will um if I was to like remove that to push that guide out. And it feels like really what you need to do, Sharon, is just form an opinion about whether you want your solar plexus to be activated in a way that maybe it might. I mean, I'm not God, right? I don't know everything. It might turn out well. You never know. That's the opinion of this one guide, but the other 7 active guides do not agree. And so it's up to you whether you ask this guide to stop. And so the way that you can instruct that is literally just place your hand on your heart, perhaps also on your solar plexus, and say, guides, I want you to stop anything that is not for my highest good in this now moment until I give my permission for that to happen in the future. And that will put a stop to it. If you actually want to fire that guide, I would suggest you would book a session with me or someone else and go into a lot more depth and find out why and what. We're very intentionally not being shown what that superpower is that you would potentially activate. But yeah, my feeling is that it's a really important awareness for you to make a decision about. Okay. Um, so thank you to Sharon. Thank you for everyone's love and support. Leah was saying, reach out to. Oh, my screen's just gone funny. Oh, there we go. Reach out to. I've lost it now. Lisa G. Linda G. Yeah, if you can email me, I'll forget, or just comment a video. I'd love to know who you mean. So sorry, as we're getting close to the end, I'm losing my concentration a bit. So let me know who's next. Nathan is next. Thank you. You're always ahead of me, Viviani. I love it. I'm so blessed to have your support. I just can't say it enough. I literally can't say that enough. um, and Nathan, I did see there was, hello to Nathan. There was, there. Can I get an Akashic reading about my writing, about writing me and my writing partner are publishing a book soon. So excited. Okay. It's so cool. Is it an Akashic book? It's kind of a trick question, right? Everything is in the, as my friend Natasha describes, the Akashic records, the Google of the universe, the quantum field. Okay, so just asking everyone else to step back, and for Nathan to step forwards, and for Archangel Metatron to step forwards, and to open the Akashic records. Open the Akashic records. Open the Akashic records for Nathan, please. Metatron's laughing. It's like, yes, books end up in the Akashic records. Okay. And can we share more about this book? There's there's a really important message, Nathan. And I don't know what stage your book is. If it's been, were you saying that it's about to be published? So the good news is, even if it's been published, so every stage between right now, in this minute, right now, this now moment, and in the future stages of it being published, like if you're publishing onto Amazon or any other publishing platform, it's close to being published. Okay, it's good. It's good. I'm so excited for you. Um, so what's important, Nathan, is that you focus on the intention behind everything you create. So what you want to do is, if you choose to, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You can just choose to do it. Is, and this is Metatron he's showing me. It's showing me that what happens with your book is the more love, energy, and intention you put into it. And this isn't just like, you know, love without purpose. It's love with intention, because what you want is the readers, the people, the beings that consume the book, when they read it, to receive that energy. And already a lot's gone into it. And I can see a lot of hard work and energy's gone into it, and a lot already exists. But the more you front load the creation of that book, you'll be able to like send out this beautiful energy of intention of the person receiving love. And it's not always like super obvious to us humans, right? But it's every stage. So every email you exchange, or every communication you have with your partner, your writing partner, your publisher, and then even the artwork and everything else, everything that goes into the creation of it. And then, I don't know if you've planned this yet. I'm getting so excited about your book. I don't even know what it's about. But then the next stage is when you launch it to celebrate it, right? So do like a launch party. And what's important is you're creating this like flywheel. So you want people to consume the book and to tell you and to reflect back to you, and for you to tell them, I'm so grateful for you reading this, or even just buying it, even if they're a family member and they bought it and they're never going to read it. Like they will still receive some of that. So yeah, I hope that that helps. So excited for your book and good luck with it. We have time for one more. Yes. Please let me know who I should do next, Viviani. We'll do one more and then we'll be done. And I'll just wait a moment to save my words. Wow, Nathan, that sounds really cool. Excited for you. Okay, Callie, fabulous. Thank you, Callie. I've been watching your, I don't always verbalize, but I read a lot of the comments and really resonate with what you're sharing. So, okay, an entity or blockage scan and clearing feels like crown chakra or third eye, Akashic reading if seen fit due to witch wound continually coming up. Okay. So I'm just going to say entity. Let's focus on the entity first and then possibly the witch wound. Okay. So just asking everyone else step back. Best of luck, Nathan, with your book. I love I love what it's about. And asking Callie to step forwards and your guides and higher self. I just slightly distracted by Sylvia's question. Sylvia, you still have a cord attached, so it's worth doing a further scan of cords and cord removals if that helps. Maybe your twin souls, maybe there's still work to do, but remove the cord first and then see what evolves after that. Okay, so for Callie, just want to focus on together with your higher self and guide. Let's see if there's any entities need removed. Just feeling this in my chest. Where is this? I'm just scanning down through Callie. Oh wow. So there's this snake. It's quite translucent and it's like working its way down. Like it's not slow. Often I'd see like entities, unless they're like a separate demonic attachment. Often attachments are quite slow. This one's quite fast and it's like slithering, it's like spiraling down the outside of you. Wow. You can see it. It's like your third eye is watching it as it goes down. It makes you anxious and nervous and fearful. This is a snake being that you've had past life interactions with. How to describe it? Um, Sometimes when uh, let's just focus on you, Callie. What you did was sometimes you'd wear this attachment because it was really scary to other beings, even though it was like a little bit kind of like dicing with death, like you're chancing your own health and safety. Um, you would wear this snake because anything that was intimidated by it would would leave and that would be beneficial to you. So it seemed like it was, although you're never really sure if like it was going to try and hurt you while you're sleeping, for example. Oh, that's horrible. I'm just feeling it around the neck. Let me just remove that. Quite a nauseous feeling. Turn to source, never turn her again. Okay, so does this, it's asking your guide and your higher self, does this snake serve the highest good of Callie? Is this a symbiotic partnership or is this and does not serve our highest good? Not in this lifetime. Okay. This is quite aggressive, the snake. Okay. So I'm just pulling it up Just removing it now and pulling it up through the crown chakra. It seems to come. That's how it's attached. It's like a rattlesnake's tail at the end, and it's like jammed in through the crown chakra and just pulling that out. Antarai Moro. Ah. You do not have permission to be here. Return to source or never return here again. Okay, good. And then just scanning down around you, Cal. I'm just getting a flash like of this version of you, Callie, that was uh you described yourself as the snake witch. I it wasn't in English. Is it like Spanish? I would need to I don't really understand. Um I don't know what snake. I'd have to Google that in Spanish. Uh your guide is trying to teach me Spanish. It's okay. I can't not in a live stream in the last few minutes. I won't learn it, but thank you. Snake witch in Spanish. Feel free someone to put that in the live. And or you feel so strong in your stomach. And let me just scan down the rest of you. So the column of golden light from the highest dimension of source. I bring this down to just above Callie's head to clear, to heal, to energize. I'm just going to work quickly through each of your chakras. Mm. To the throat. Quite a lot of the solar plexus. Down to the roots. Return to source, and I return here again. This snake was like laying eggs. So yeah, there was a lot there to remove, and just grounding that energy into source and into the core of Mother Earth. Good. Well, I hope that helps you, Callie. That was a lot. So thank you everyone for coming along. And thank you for your kind words. The so kind, Gypsy JJ. Thank you, and for all your years of support. It's John Benny. It's a real honor to serve you all. Uh, Thank you so much. I knew there was something. Yeah, for sure. Um, so there's a difference in the time next week. So there's two differences next week. So this will confuse you, right? Guaranteed. The first is that there are clocks in the UK change, and many other time zones, I think, including the US, don't change yet. So on Sunday, ours changes time. So all I can suggest is that you look at my live stream, because I have created the live streams for next week, and I'll right now I only plan to do Monday and Thursday, and that's because I'm keeping Tuesday free for appointments at in-person appointments. So just see how that goes. I'm not sure that I would continue to do 3 a week, but I'm just exploring these things. And frankly speaking, if you guys donate, it helps support me doing more of these. Or you don't need to donate here necessarily, but booking me full stop helps, because I do have lots of capacity for your bookings. So excited for that. Or buy my meditations, whatever you want to do. But yeah, full stop supporting me will help me help others. And yeah, so the clock time change that shifts. It's only for I think a couple of weeks that we're different, and then when your clocks change wherever you are, we'll come back to the same alignment. They show noon here. That's probably right. Yeah, it becomes a 4-hour difference for 2 weeks. That's right, instead of 5 hours. So horses trigger hope, you must be typically 5 hours, and it'll just be 4 hours difference. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. A massive thank you to Viviane, and excited. I love having you on the show, and I'm excited to see you on Monday, Viviane. Looking forward to that, and a busy weekend with events, and the open day on Saturday. And yeah, excited to continue to serve you guys. Please do check out my hidden witch wounds meditation. It's on the community page on my website, and I'll maybe just add it in just before I finish. Or what I'll do is I'll just add it to the comments as well in case anyone is watching this and wants to go back and take a look. So thank you so much, everyone. It's been an honor to help you. And I was really interested. How many people did we get through today as I was trying to run a bit faster without burning myself out? We got through Gina, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 people. Wow. I think that's a record in 2 hours. So I'll stop blabbing on. Thank you so much, everyone. And I will ask that we thank together our guides, our higher selves, every being that's participated, every soul that's participated in today's session. And I'd like each of us now to step out of the session bubble that I created, and you can continue to stay in your own individual golden bubbles for as long as you wish. Return to source or never return here again. And now I'm setting the intention for us all to have a smooth integration, including me. I've got my socks off. I'm going straight outside to ground on the grass and see my family, and excited to hear from you. Let us know in the comments how it is that you continue with your healing. Please drink plenty of water, get plenty of rest. Take care, and I will see you with Viviani on Monday. Take care, everyone. Love you so much. Sending love.